Welcome. In front of me is a TCL 406, and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick overview of this phone. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Once I pause my YouTube, there we go. Anyway, so pretty cheap packaging, as you can probably see. We do have a little bit of a sticker right here. Security. Now, that being said, this is a second sticker. Just to kind of prove this, I peeled off this one, and this one is already cut. Great. Anyway, just put it back on here. There we go. Now in here we get the phone, obviously. A little bit smudged up, obviously it was unpacked previously, which you can clearly see. So anyway, here's the phone. And below we have a charger and the paperwork and some ejector. So basically just a cable that is, or I think I said the charger, there is no charger. So yeah, we have a cable, type C to type A, so at least that's good. And yeah, that's about it. Let's get into the device itself. So in a second you should be able to see the display, which this is a 6.6-inch display with a resolution of 720 by 1612 pixels. It is also boasting a 400 nit typical brightness, LCD IPS, 84.3% screen to body ratio with pixel density of 267, and aspect ratio is 20:9. And it's still turning on, so I'm just going to give it a moment just so we can see the display. But, oh, there we go. So, here's the display. You can see clearly we do have a bit of a bigger chin at the bottom. So, considering this device was released at the end of 2023, February 26th, 2023, I would say it does seem a little bit dated, at least in terms of how it looks like. But it is a budget device coming at about 100 euros, give or take like 10-20. So there we go. Okay, now moving on into the back, we have a dual camera setup. Now just by looking at it, I can tell you that this is just a single camera setup. This garbage right here is absolutely useless by the looks of it. So let's see, am I right? So we have a 13 megapixel f2.2 wide sensor as the main shooter. And then, oh yep, there we go. It's a 2 megapixel depth sensor. Like I said, absolute effing garbage. Then at the front, we got a 5 megapixel wide sensor. Now with either front or back, your maximum video resolution and frame rate is 1080p 30 frames. So I would say a typical camera specs for device at this price range. Now moving on. Into the internals, we do have a pretty big battery right here at 5000 milliamps. We have 3 gigabytes of built-in RAM, 32 gigabytes of built-in storage. That is most likely, though I haven't checked it, expandable. If I can find it where the tray is, there we go. Oh, this one is a little bit too chunky. Let's find a different one. Oh, come on. So hopefully this one will be good enough. Yep. So in here we have a dual SIM card support along with an SD card support, each spot being dedicated for the said card. So that's actually pretty nice. Now obviously we have a pretty small built-in storage in here at 32 gigabytes, so it's very beneficial that we can actually expand it using an SD card. Okay. Now, moving on into the build quality right here. Obviously the device is fully plastic, so you can see we have plastic frame, plastic back, glass front, no surprise there. We do have a headphone jack at the bottom, and then we get our Type-C charging port, which again, pretty nice that we do have a Type-C on this price range. So 100, typically manufacturers still put the micro USB on here. It could be that because of the European Union, they already ditched this because European Union made a law that would basically prohibit anyone from putting anything else than a micro or anything else than a USB-C on any kind of device that has wired charging. Electronic device, I should also mention. Now, moving on, we have our power button on the side, and it doesn't look like it's a fingerprint sensor, but that would be very odd. Let me check. Yeah, it is side-mounted fingerprint sensor, but it doesn't really look like it. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sold that this is a fingerprint sensor, to be honest. It doesn't look like one. On the spec sheet, it says it's a fingerprint is side-mounted. There's nothing else on the side that would imply that there's a fingerprint sensor. Usually they're on the power button, but like I said, this one doesn't really look like one. So there is a very good possibility that this device just simply doesn't have any kind of fingerprint sensor right here. See if I can find anything. Yeah, they also aren't mentioning anything on here. Let's see if we have any other info. Nope, that's about it. So yeah, like I said, I don't think this is a fingerprint sensor, but if you're going through the setup and it allows you to add one, then I guess it does have it. Okay, anything else to mention here? I think that actually sums it up. Oh right, one last thing. I did mention the battery size at 5000. We have also a 10-watt wired charging, so pretty slow charging speed right here. And basically any charger that you have lying around will charge this device at full speed. So yeah. Okay, so that would sum it up. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.